is. Here's Daddy.
Brinley and Ansley Thompson come here often to visit their dad.
He'll be so proud of you.
Lieutenant Colonel Todd Thompson served 2 tours in Iraq. He died in 2015. Brinley, I'm Jeff. Nice to meet you.
Ansley.
We met the Thompson girls here at Arlington Cemetery's Section 60, the final resting place for the men and women who died in Iraq and Afghanistan. Tell me what it's like visiting here, Ansley.
When you come here, you think back at the funeral and when was the last time you said goodbye.
There are more than 5,000 Gold Star kids around the country, grieving the death of a parent, sibling, or close relative. Many of them come together each year at the Good Grief Camp, run by TAPS, the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors.
So when we help others, we feel better.
Here, they find empathy from legacy mentors, kids who have experienced the worst kind of pain, now remarkably helping others through theirs.
Very emotional day.
Kids like Brooke Neera, who lost her father, Staff Sergeant Nathaniel Neera, in Iraq 13 years ago. The knock on the door still echoes.
I saw 2 men standing there in uniform, and I knew exactly what it meant. And the whole time, I just stood there saying, I know that he's dead, because why else would they come to my house? And I felt like I lost my whole world. He was so important to me.
Brooke entered the Good Grief Camp 6 months later.
I really don't know where I would be if I didn't have TAPS. You know, they were the ones there for me when I felt like no one else was.
She is now mentoring 8-year-old Adrian Williams.
I never thought I'd be able to relate to an 8-year-old, but here we are sharing very similar stories about our dads.
How meaningful is it for you then to help kids who are dealing with that same thing that's still so painful for you?
It's very hard, but I wouldn't be anywhere else.
Corbin Cabrera,
right, go Brinley.
Now 19, first attended the grief camp when he was 15 after losing his dad, Lieutenant Colonel David Cabrera, in a suicide bombing attack.
I was lucky enough to have a mentor who could get through to me in a way that helped me tremendously. How's it going?
Good.
Corbin is now Brinley's mentor. Does Corbin help make you less sad?
Yes.
I see the look on Brinley's face when your name is mentioned. That's pretty great.
There's nothing like it.
All right, let's go put it over there.
Because not only do we get to help the kids, in a way the kids help us.
I'm gonna make a tree for you. Oh.
4-year-old Malia Bailey lost both her dad and her uncle. Her mentor is Allison Loftus, a relative newcomer to the camp. Her late father, Air Force Colonel John Loftus, was trying to help the Afghan people when he was killed in 2012 by a local police officer.
He was actually given a name in Pashto. It was Ihsan, which means the quality of being generous. When he died, people said that Afghanistan lost its best friend.
She still has the letters he wrote her before he died. In them, he explained his sense of service.
If I had stayed home and not volunteered to go, I would have always wondered what I could have contributed. I don't want to sit around wondering if I could have done something to help their children go to school, their sick people get better, or their poor people have a better life. I know this is the honorable thing to do.
What do those letters mean to you?
They mean everything to me.
For these Gold Star kids,
There you go.
grief and pride come in equal measure.
I put that one in.
At the end of the day, when I can help somebody else not have to go through some of the stuff that I went through before I came to TAPS, it means the world to me.
I think you're doing that with Brinley.
That's the goal. We can only hope.
We're happy because we're all with each other, and we all feel a million different emotions all at the same time. There's still that sense of happiness and hope that we all feel because we know we're together and we know that we're not alone in the world.